What's going on, guys? My name is Josh Benitez and this is Texting Woodworks. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to do a product review on one of my recent purchases, the Ridgid 6-inch floor standing jointer. Now, a couple things before I jump into the tool. The main reason that I got this tool was I had a much cheaper benchtop model and it was very loud. The cuts were very uneven. The tables were very difficult to level out. The dust collection was terrible, and just overall it was annoying to use because of how small the bed was. So those are the main things that I was looking for: was dust collection, ease of use, the longer bed. Of course, a floor standing model being much more ideal just for ergonomics for me, not having to bend over so much. And then of course, price and build quality. However, I wasn't quite ready to jump into that $1,500, $1,200 range, and so meet my Ridgid jointer. So far, I've only used this thing a handful of times, but I've got to say it is night and day upgrade from what I came from. And I'm not going to bash the other model because it wasn't horrible. I just very quickly outgrew it for my needs. It's great if you only use it occasionally, or if you're just getting into it, because I think I spent like I think it was like $300. And this one at only $5.99, I felt like was a steal. So the only thing that I added to this was the mobile base down below, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Main things that I love about this. Number one, it is super easy to use. Adjusting the beds, taking off this guard if I need to do rabbets, changing the fence angle or depth, very simple to use. All the knobs are rubber coated. They're super easy to use. They're very kind of up in your face where they're easy to see, and you don't have to search around and reach your hand underneath stuff. So I love that feature. The long bed is incredible, especially even for 5, 6+ feet worth of stock. It's very easy to feed this right through. It is not nearly as loud as I had expected it to be for how strong and powerful it is. That's another great plus. And also it has a 4-inch dust collection port right on the bottom that's already built into it, and it does a great job. I milled a few pieces of walnut and cherry when I first got it, as well as some hard maple to kind of see how it would do after I first got it together, and it blew right through it. No issues, no tear out, no snipe, no issues whatsoever. Dust collection port did not get clogged. There was no visible dust anywhere. Love that thing. It also has a very high quality fit and finish. So overall, pretty impressed with it. Now, I got this obviously from Home Depot. I ordered it for, like I said, $5.99. It only took me, I want to say, about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to get it in the mail. It is very heavy, and it is not something that I recommend you try to put together or try to get off of your truck by yourself. Definitely a team lift tool. It is well over 200 pounds, and a large majority of it is this cast iron bed here. So, but once you put it together, especially if you put it on a mobile base of any kind, it's going to be fantastic for you. Another cool feature is they integrated these push blocks. And not only did they give you some that I actually really like the ergonomics of, but the fact that there's onboard storage, I never have to think about where are they. I never have to worry about putting them on the bed and causing additional rust or anything like that. So that's a great feature. Now, as far as assembly goes, assembly took me 2 nights, but to be fair, I didn't have any help, and so a lot of it was just figuring out the weight of the tool and trying to figure out how to do certain things with only one person. And also, I think I was only out here about 2 hours that first night. So if you were to do it on, let's say, a weekend, you could absolutely get it done in half a day, no problem. So yeah, assembly was very easy. The instructions were very straightforward. It was super simple to put together. It wasn't a 25-page, manuscript of how to put it together. It was very blunt, very easy. And a lot of the stuff was actually pre-assembled. I just mainly had to put the sides together and then mount the top on and kind of dial it in. And it was really easy to do so. As far as accuracy, so far, again, I haven't used it a ton, but so far it has had a much higher level of accuracy, repeatability, precision, etc. from what I'm used to. Again, that's not saying much considering I had a very new starter entry-level jointer. This is definitely a big step up from that. This will not be my forever jointer. I do love this and I will use it for several years. but eventually I'm gonna want a little bit longer bed, a little bit wider bed, as well as a helical head. So as of right now, this jointer is a beast, and it is absolutely what I needed, and it will be able to get me by for at least a couple years. The only thing that I might do to it is add the helical head, but for right now, the straight knives are doing a phenomenal job. The second they start to dull, or if I get a chip in them or anything like that, instead of worrying about getting them sharpened or purchasing new ones, that will probably be around the same time I will upgrade to a helical head. And again, depending on what kind of builds I'm doing at that time, will determine whether this is still the right jointer for me. But as of right now, I don't see myself outgrowing it anytime soon. Now, in regards to mobility, without a mobile base of some kind, it is basically impossible to move by yourself. And the reason I say that, it comes with leveling feet to keep it obviously level. And that being said, if you were to try and move it somehow, number one, the only way you're going to be able to move it is by grabbing one end of the bed and dragging it. And therefore, you're going to start to damage your leveling feet, and you're going to throw them off to where the jointer is no longer level. And plus, that's not great on your back, it's not great on your tools, so I highly would not recommend it. So unless you have a stationary setup where you plan on keeping it, I would highly recommend investing in a mobile base. I did not spend much on this one from Borup. I believe it was $49, and it took me 20 minutes to put together. I just cut down a sheet of plywood to match the base and put all the wheels on, toss the jointer right on top of it, and it was super easy. Whenever it's down on the ground, one of these lifts up, then the other one lifts up, and boom, there you go. It's on the ground. And it does not move at all. It's very stable. Obviously, you shouldn't be rocking it, but if I force it to, I can make it rock a little bit. But the great thing is, the easy part about it, you move, pop this one down, pop this one down, and these two legs swivel, the other two do not. But it is super easy to move around. I can even do it with one finger if I wanted to. Very simple, very easy. Love that base. So yeah, like I said, I am overall very happy with this jointer. It is going to significantly upgrade my frustration, my level of accuracy, my speed, efficiency, things like that. I'm really, really pumped to have this jointer in the shop. I think it's going to be a great addition for me. If you're looking for one, I will absolutely make sure and keep all the links posted in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. If you want to see more reviews like this, let me know in the comments, but also go ahead and click that subscribe button. I will make sure to do plenty more in the future. I'll be able to do some shop builds, some reviews on tools, all kinds of different things. So I got a lot coming in 2021. So if you guys want to stay tuned in, make sure you hit that subscribe notification bell. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and head off. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.